Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Expresso here on SABC3. Now, I don't know if you can feel it already, but can you feel it? It's here. Afcon 2013 is nearly here.
I'm feeling it.
Only
I am
just
so feeling it.
4 days to go until our boys take on the rest of Africa to be crowned the champion. And I think that it's only right that we kind of tackle the rules so we explain to everyone exactly how it works. Because yesterday we went into a bit of depth about how the group stages work, right? And if you weren't here, we're going to just kind of recap some of the rules for you and then explain, of course, the dreaded offside rule.
Thank you, because I've been wondering, I actually do not understand how the whole offside rule works, and every time someone tries to explain it to me, the only thing that ends up offside is my mind, because I'm so confused.
We understand.
Please tell me, how does it work?
We'll explain that just now, but first, let's just kind of get into the group things, the group stage of things, so you can all understand how it works. Now, as we said yesterday, the groups are split into 2 groups of 4 teams each, and each team plays 3 times, as you can imagine. Now, before they either qualify or they're eliminated out of the competition. Now, each match will be, of course, 90 minutes long, as a soccer match is, and the team will then pick up 3 points if they win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 if they lose. Now, if 2 teams at the end of all the round or the group stages have the same amount of points, whoever has the highest goal difference, right? Goal difference will then qualify, which means that they scored more goals than they have conceded. Then, of course, starting here from the group stages, they'll then move forward. The 2 qualifying groups play against each other into the semi-finals, then obviously into
the finals.
The finals over there. As easy as that, right?
There we go.
Now, I know that you know, this is where things then kind of get to change up a little bit, but you've been doing your research.
I have been doing it. So once we're in the knockout stages, games can get up to, or rather take up to 2.5 hours, right?
That's how long it can be.
So what you're saying, if you're going to dinner, to a dinner party with your boyfriend or your husband, and you know, they're watching the game, he says that you can leave after the game. Make sure you tell him it's 90 minutes and only after 19 minutes. Otherwise, your mother is not going to be too impressed with you showing up so late for that dinner. So that's kind of the thing that I want to know. But why out of nowhere are the games all of a sudden 30 minutes longer in the knockout stages?
Well, no, the games aren't really 30 minutes longer, however, but if you're in regulation time, which is 90 minutes, the scores are still level. We'll then go into something called extra time, right? Which is then an extra 30 minutes, 15 minutes per half of extra time. And then if you don't have a winner, there's then a penalty shootout, which then takes longer as well. So you've got to give yourself that bit of time extra.
So if after 90 minutes they're level, extra time, and if they're still level after that, it goes into penalties.
And no one likes to see penalties. Exactly. That's how it works.
I think I've got it. Now, something that I've also wondered is why sometimes when a player is running with the ball and he's tripped, he's the one that ends up being given the yellow card.
Ah, there we go.
So confusing.
And they normally do it in like such dramatic fashion. They touch the ball, they're not touching, they're like, ah! Now this is called simulation, right? Or diving. Now, in football, it's considered one of the biggest forms of cheating. Basically, that's where no contact is made with the attacking player, let's say, who was carrying the ball, but they still went to the ground in hopes of winning, let's say, a free kick or a penalty if they were in that 18-yard area box. And the punishment for which is a caution with a yellow card. And sometimes, obviously, if it's that bad, they can actually get a red card.
I get what you're saying, because about the whole diving and simulation thing, because actors, or rather soccer players, are a little bit like actors, so this doesn't surprise me in the least. I always like to think, he didn't even touch you, but you're rolling around like an idiot. Okay, so please, can we get to my first question about offside? Because I'm thoroughly confused. I
understand why you're confused. Many people are actually confused. Don't feel too bad, but in order to explain the offside rule, we'll have to move over to a different playing surface. Please accompany me, milady, as we make our way to our kitchen, where we've set up a very simple kind of soccer field, if you will.
I like that you've set it up in the kitchen. What are you trying to say, huh? That's the only way we're going to understand it, is in the kitchen.
So what you see then on your screen is a view of a soccer field that we've kind of put together, where 2 teams, let's say Team Blue and Team Orange, right? Let's say Team Orange will represent the defenders of the team, and Team Blue would be the attackers of the other team. So this is the 18-area box. The little goalkeeper is there, move this way. So now how the offside rule works is that it's all about the imaginary line formed by the last defending player. Right, that's towards the box. So if Team Blue is attacking, you show me where the last defender is. If Team Blue is attacking. If Team Blue is attacking, who is the last defender?
This dude over here.
That's that guy there. Cool. So where he's standing, you would find an imaginary line behind him that will be drawn across the field, right? And if this happened, where would the last defender be?
Over here?
Yes, and so the imaginary line would move back. So it all depends on the last defender.
All right, I get
now, the rule works like this, that if the attacking team's man passes the imaginary line drawn by the last defending player, when the ball is released, he's offside.
He's offside.
So you can imagine that, okay, there's our little foosball that we normally play with. So if he's right over there, right, the imaginary line is right over there, and he hasn't crossed it, when the ball is released, he is not offside, and play will go on. But if he were even to be a smidgen crossing that imaginary line, he would be offside, play would be stopped, the defending team would receive a free kick.
Is that why it's so contentious sometimes? No, it was offside, no, it wasn't offside.
Exactly, because it always happens at those critical moments when you have your attacker going in for that goal and that sideline ref just lifts up his flag and just this. But you know, watch the games very, very carefully, because at each offside point, when it is ruled to be so, it is actually explained by the commentators, and then you'll see them actually simulate that.
And they actually draw a line on the screen as well. Wow! Why didn't I know this? I mean, it's so easy.
And now you're a soccer foodie too.
Oh, man. Can watch the game with the best of them.
Well, for now, let's take a look at what's happening in the youth sporting world while I try and explain something else.
Turmeric.
So, no, Team Turmeric.